Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign. Welcome to August of 2022, where the big boom in the first week of August is going to deliver a trajectory shift for the next 15 years of your life as you shift gears around your local neighborhood, your sibling relationships, your skills-based learning, and your online presence. So let's get into the details about that. Before I do, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Lori Lothian. I'm your lunatic astrologer, and I am a Hellenistic whole sign tropical astrologer. Just for a little bit of order of business before we go forward, I have a lot of stuff I'm teaching right now. If you're interested in learning astrology, my Sky Reader, Be Your Own Astrologer, Time Your Best Life course, second iteration 2.0 begins in October. And I was 6 weeks, it's now 8 weeks. I have a cap of how many students I take. And if you sign up for my early bird notice list, which the link's below, you will get not only a discount for the early bird sign up, but also you'll get into the course because honestly, I've already got maybe 10 people on the list. I just put it out. It will fill up before too long. And it's also, if you want to learn intermediate astrology, timing tools for predictive astrology, my divine timing masterclass is happening. Enrollment's open in the month of September. It'll be my 4th time teaching this class, and I've gotten it down to a fine art of refining the simplest way to teach it. And lastly, if you're at all interested in getting an astrology business off the ground because you've trained in astrology, but now you don't know how to make money at it, I've done it. I figured it out. It's been 4 years. I'm really doing the thing at a 6-figure income. So I can teach you how to do that too. Rock your astrobiz. So check all my courses below. Thanks. All right, let's get going and talk a lot now about you. So how this Pisces people, this month plays out. Now, the big boom is rare. We're having a Mars-Uranus North Node co-joining at the Taurus 18th degree on the 1st and 2nd of August. And you can feel the vibes as it builds up to that triple trifecta conjunction on the 30th and 31st of July. This is going to reset your trajectory around third house things. For a lot of you, this is going to really change your neighborhood. It may not change your everything about you where you live, but you're definitely having a neighborhood shift. So there's going to be a change in the neighborhood, dramatic, and you may change your neighborhood. I got a bad hair day. And I think for you, it's definitely going to shift your relationship to your siblings and your extended family of aunts, uncles, cousins. And these people will become somehow prioritized in your life over the next 15 years. But to go into a lot of depth about this, because there's a lovely sextile from Venus and it's got a lot of juice for you, the way you're going to get the most information is to check out Big Boom Reality Shift video I posted on the 26th of July, where I go into your sign in greater depth. All right, so that information is in the description box, that link to that video, and it'll pin it to the comments as well. So the thing I want to say is that there's a full moon in Aquarius that's happening on the 15th, 11th of the month, and will fulfill itself over the 2 weeks that follow, that recapitulates or reiterates this big boom in the first 2 days of August. In your sky, an Aquarius full moon is about a big full light that was from something you seeded 6 months earlier on the new moon. It's in your 12th house. Now, if you're a Pisces who believes that spirituality matters, learning about God, truth, finding your way, spiritual awakening, liberation, moksha, this full moon is going to open up doors of perception around your spirituality. But it will also open up doors of perception mid-August around how you undo yourself, where you defeat yourself, where you sabotage yourself, where you have bad habits, patterns, and addictions, and you're being revealing. There's a revealing quality, and you have Saturn in that part of your sky, the Hermit transit since December of 2020. It's asking you to contemplate your navel, and I'll be there till March. And you're really trying to go under the surface of you. And sometimes you can get spiritual guides, mentors, and teachers that help you do this. But this full moon is a part of that larger narrative. And I think because the full moon is activating the 6-12 axis, sun in the 6th, it's about your health as well, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, and undoing your karmatic mud as well, or regarding your vitality and your health, and doing things to improve your health. It's also, though, reactivating that 3rd house of trips, short trips and travel, siblings, skills-based learning, and online platforms as well. So there could be an opening mid-August, add 2 weeks to get into that part of your life in greater depth. And maybe a sibling will reach out, or there's some development in a sibling that supports you to connect to what the big boom wants you to do. So a visit from a sibling, a visit to a sibling, a trip regarding a sibling, themes like that are playing out here. Okay. Now, as well, this big boom does make you feel very much in touch with this sense of, and the reiteration of the full moon, of how there may be things you want to learn in life that have nothing to do with high philosophy and spirituality, but something to do with your deeper, like, how can you learn something that you can practically use in the world to express a livelihood or a purpose? Okay, there's qualities of third houses, like, I don't care about learning about, quantum physics because I can't use it. I'm going to learn how to, change how to do how to knit, how to use the online platforms, how to repair a car, things like that. Because you can become active and use those things already. But certainly some of you in the last 2 weeks of August could have a trip open up, and you're going to get in a car, train, or plane and take that journey. There are some beginning developments in the start of the month, and that will be that Mercury moves into August 4th to the 26th into his home sign of Virgo. Very good placement. He's in his dignity and strength. This brings you positive developments with your significant other, your marriage partner, or news by your marriage or business partner or from them. If you have a marketplace audience or clients that you sell things to, very good for that as well. Time to get your sales numbers up, but certainly really good for the communication with your partner and business partner. But they also may have some news they're delivering to you throughout the month that seems to be relatively grounded in a good place. Now, there's some gnarly tension around August 6th to 7th, and really kind of bittersweet, because then on the 7th and 8th, Venus is delivering some sweetness. So let's talk about it. Mars square Saturn, pure frustration, getting stuck, wanting to move forward, but feel you can't. Some sense of urgency that doesn't have an outlet. The 6th and 7th is happening with Mars in the square to the Saturn in your 12th house. This only happens every 2 years. Mars is doing this tension from your 3rd house of trips and travel and siblings and online world. You want to get the website up. You want to get the course signed up for. You want to take the course, you want to travel, or even a sibling is causing friction for you. And the square is to the 12th. So, you might want to look at the ways that there is some friction around your own stubborn resistance to something that's good for you, and tension with a sibling or tension with a trip. Certainly this can be because 12th house is travel to foreign lands and inability to get a trip to a foreign shore off the ground. There are delays, there are frustrations here. Around the same time, the 7th and 8th, Venus will trine Neptune. This is really positive. Venus trine Neptune is love, divine love, higher love, divine inspiration. It's so sweet. And this is happening with Venus in Cancer, where she feels safe and comfortable and loves to nourish, in the house of children and romance and inspiration and muse and independent business enterprise and money luck. So Venus trine Neptune here could often look like, especially with Neptune moving through the house of you, a movement towards more intimacy, sexual enjoyment, pleasure, and connection with a dreamy, almost spiritual quality to a lover in your life. This can also open up some intensity and positivity around something you're trying to do that inspires you, and now you get the full inspiration you need. Like, you've got the juice, the muse is fired up to get something off the ground in an independent business direction or in a creative project. And women can be allies in this area as well. Later on in the month, we have a time where the sun will square Uranus. I didn't talk about this necessarily. Oh, I did. Never mind. That's during the full moon. Later on, we have a Mars trine Pluto. Now, this is positive, and it's good for money, wealth, and power, and productivity and intense working to get something done with passion and focus. This is happening around the 13th and 14th of the month, and it will be Pluto in Capricorn, where he's been traveling now for quite a long time. And it's an earth sign where he feels at great ease, and he's moving through that part of your sky since 2008. That part of your sky is the 11th house of good spirit. Pluto's been transforming your large social networks, friends, and the groups that you belong to. And it's maybe been a difficult journey because it's a transformation energy, transmutation energy. But you also have Mars trining Pluto. And in this Mars trine Pluto energy, Mars is offering some support to power up your success in the larger groups of belonging, friends with favors from the 3rd house of siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, trips, and travel. Mars loves to travel. He's in the third house. He's Mr. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. For some Pisces, this is where some of the frustration around travel that I mentioned earlier is going to be resolved. And maybe you can indeed pull off some journey trip or be visited by somebody and uncle, cousin, or siblings sometime in that window of time as things begin to move in a positive direction for those journeys, whether you take them or plan them on the 13th and 14th or not. And if you want to take a course and you've been struggling to get that, I don't know, funding for it or to find the right timing for it, this could also be momentum around taking a course or teaching a course. Mercury will oppose Neptune, Mercury opposing Neptune and trining Pluto on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of the month. Now, this is going to be coinciding with another development of Venus moving into Leo on the 11th of August to early September. Let's get it back to Venus for a minute. Venus moving into Leo in your sky is about your health. Mostly it's about improving your health, finding better ways to enjoy things like you eat or exercise you do to improve your health. And it also opens up a productivity and fortune and luck around money involving the daily life of your career, the way you do the work you do. You could get into some positive directions there. And women in the coworker and collegiate space can be really supportive of you. In the backdrop of that, right, keeping that in mind, with Venus in that part of your Leo sky, you do have this time where Mercury opposes Neptune and trines Pluto and 21 to 23. And let's talk about that. Okay. So Mercury is moving through the house of your major love partner, the one you're with, the one you're bound to, you're married or not, and also business partners and legal agreements and contracts as well, which is Mercury's job to sign on the dotted line. And he's opposing Neptune in the house of you. You have been necessarily obfuscating, fogged out, and confused about things to do with your love partner, your marriage partner, your business partner, or legal matters. And Mercury is trying to clarify and dismiss the fog, clear your perceptions here. You're going to get some more clarity. At the trine to Pluto, this clarity could also be arriving through allies, friends, and people who want to support you. So you could find also some bonus points financially here. If you're selling something, then Pluto in a trine to Mercury means that you are successful. So you could be selling a home, selling a product, selling a course, selling something. The sun in Virgo will square Mars, and this is going to be intense and long-lasting 25th to 29th tension. They're kind of moving in tandem. And the sun is about vitality, but it's also about authority figures, especially male, but not always. And Virgo is a part of your sky that has a lot to do with your 7th house, right? So you might find between the 25th and the 29th that you're, especially with Mercury leaving that part of your sky into your 8th house on the 26th, that you might find there's tension here with your partner, your love and business partner. And the square to Mars is about conflict. It's about tension. Mars moves into your 4th house of home and will be there from August 20th through to March of next year. Very rare, long transit. It usually means conflict in the home, frustration in the home, fighting in the home, difficulties in the home, combat in the home. But it can also mean moving your home. Okay, relocating that or doing massive renovations to construction. And as Mars is moving through your 4th house, the tonal quality of that is a long arc of story. But with the sun in Virgo in that same part, with the sun in the house of your partner, business or love, and Mars going through your 4th house, you can look at the sparks flying, disagreements with the one you're with, or business partner, or marriage partner, the 25th to the 29th. There's no two ways about it. Or a legal matter regarding buying or selling of real estate or home is in a difficult time frame where there's a need to go to battle or fight for legal agreements that you want to pull off. Now, August the 30th, and you know, with Venus in the house of tenancy and leases throughout the month of, like, you know, from August 11th to early September, I think it's the 4th. This could also be about negotiating a lease, breaking a lease, changing a lease, finding a new home that way regarding leases, not just buying and selling. August the 31st ends up with a really sweet story. This is where Mars will sextile Jupiter. This happens only every 2 years in this particular manner. Jupiter is very powerful now because he's slowed down and he's only at the 8th, he's stationed, and then he's retrograding on the 8th degree, but he's like saturating the 8th degree of Aries, like really powering down on that 8th degree, like hatching a baby there. And so this is your money house. This is your earnings house. This is your possessions, including movable possessions like a car or a sofa. So you've got this like Jupiter juice here, which is really good for you, Pisces. You're going to start to earn a lot more money, especially December 20th through to May of next year. And this started up already May of this year to, oh my God, my brain went offline, till October the 28th. So basically October 28th to December 20th, there's no Jupiter juice in your money house. It's back in the house of your body and your health. But if you're Pisces rising especially, this is going to be a time where money is going to improve for you in terms of how you generate the money, your own hustle, your own earnings, your own way of making money. And this is happening to be a light spot for you on August 31st with that Mars sextiling that Jupiter in the money house. Mars in the home house is money generated from home. Things you're doing in and from the home generating money. But some of you may sell a home with this aspect, right? Buy or sell a home. All right. Usually, well, it's either one, buying or selling. And it's going to end on a very nice note at the end of the month. If you've been trying to buy a home, things will go through. If you're trying to sell a home, things will begin to move forward around the 31st of August. So thanks for Pisces for listening to all of this. And don't forget, if you sign up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, I will give you a 30% discount code off. And you get a forecast newsletter written by me personally every frigging Saturday or Sunday in your box, 30% discount code off with any reading with me. Plus, I'm like hot. Plus, you get my 60-minute 12 videos of all signs 2022 forecast. The bundle was for sale for $50. It's free. And you can look at your sun, your moon, your rising, delivered to your inbox immediately. Always check your spam. As soon as you sign up for my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, it goes straight to your inbox. Okay. So if you don't find it, look in your spam folder. Thanks guys for listening. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. I will see you in my next video, which is my Jupiter video. Ciao, ciao.